Yo guys, what's going on? Judy here, welcome back to the channel. Now I've got a battle with Johann Gottlieb Fichte. I think that's how I pronounce the whole thing, but I wouldn't count on it. Now this player is fairly well known throughout the Total War community as playing with the Suebi. He seems to be quite good. He seems to have figured out a way of playing with them that must give him a fairly good success rate, because I was quite impressed by the way he played with a couple of his armies here. But as you can see, I brought Pontus. Now, the way that we've set up here is going to be interesting, because I knew he had a reputation. I knew that he was going to be quite good. I have, if you've seen any of my previous battles before, I have struggled a little bit with the Suebi general's abilities, which is fast charge and pride. So I know that any infantry that I present to this Suebi army is going to be summarily destroyed, and there's not too much doubt about it. So what I've gone ahead and done is just given the infantry advantage to my opponent here, and I've brought a rather strange setup with hardly any infantry. The only infantry you're going to see in this army is Thraeus spears and very cheap Eastern spearmen. Now, the Thraeus spears are just supposed to throw, their javelins at targets, and the Eastern spearmen are just kind of to help out in cavalry engagements and also to screen my archers and slingers. So I've set up with 3 separate contingents, just to hopefully surround and shoot javelins or arrows into the enemy. I do notice that my opponent has a couple of units over here in these woods, so I'm going to pull my Scythian horse archers away from this battle. I'm going to have to be careful of these scout riders that he's got, because they are very light missile cav, and they will be able to catch my my Scythian horse archers. So I'm going to have to make sure that I keep these guys within range of some support, some kind of support, whether it be Thraeus spears or another cavalry unit or something like that. So what I've done is I brought 2 noble blood cav in the center, backed up by 2 mercenary Scythian horse archers. On the flanks, I've got 2 Eastern slingers, very good slingy units that the Cappadocians can bring. The Pontic armies can bring. I brought 2 of these Eastern spearmen, 1 on each side, plus a Thraeus spear, 2 Cappadocian cav on each flank, and bringing up the rear, I've got my late game tool, which will be these Pontic Royal cav. And I've also got 1 more Scythian horse archer out over on this flank over there. So 4 Scythian horse archers all up, and 4 Eastern slingers, and 2 Thraeus spears. So a fairly powerful combination of jazz and slingers. So I'm hoping to use that to my advantage to destroy this Suebi army. Now let's just check out what he's got, because a lot of it's becoming visible at this point. I'm just going to close this down. So 2 Germanic scout riders. He's got Germanic slingers. Looks like he's got 2 of them that we can see so far. What I'm doing is just baiting volleys and getting some shots into the enemy here. He's going to send his Wodenaz spears up to deter me. Now he's being clever here, and he's pulling his Germanic scout riders up without issuing attack orders, so my skirmish function doesn't work properly. But he's going to have to turn around at some point, because I've got Cappadocian cav on the way. So he did manage to destroy 20 of my Scythian horse archers there, so probably a very good trade for him. So 3 Germanic slingers, it looks like, up front. Club Levy, very cheap. And they carry the club. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Wodenaz spears. So that's probably enough Wodenaz spears to last quite a long time. And a Bloodsworn up the back, horse runners flanking that, and a Swordmaster General with a longbow hunter right up the rear. So he's going to withdraw. At this point, he can probably see what I'm trying to do. Oh, and he's got a spear levy over here as well, sorry. So he can probably see what I'm going to do, what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to try and envelop my opponent. I could see that his Germanic scout riders were all the way over on this side of the map, so I brought my Scythian horse archer over and just taking some shots into the enemy. I'm going to have to hightail it out of there, because I know that his very light cavalry can probably catch me. And he's got a noble rider over here, sorry. Man, they are popping up everywhere. So a noble rider, heavy melee cav, fairly decent unit. I don't know how much they cost. It's funny, I should really play some more battles with the Suebi, because I'm not 100% sure on what their roster really looks like. Yeah, so you can see I'm bringing in some Cappadocian Cav just to support, and he's going to give up the chase. I can see a lot of his slingers are getting ahead of themselves. So at this point, I'm probably going to turn about face and do something about it. Maybe see if I can get some kills. He's got a couple of these horse runners as well, which is not a unit that I see too often. Looks like they throw javelins. So I'm going to get my Cappadocian Cav into this mess and get a few kills. You can see I'm racking up 20, 22 on the charge. Almost destroying a Germanic slinger, but taking a bit of fire on the way out. Whether that was worth it, I'm not sure. So he's going to send in his Wodenaz spears and chase me off. So at this point, I'm basically trying to destroy his Germanic slingers, because these guys have plenty of ammo. They've got a very good missile block chance, so even if I sit here all day just throwing javelins and shooting arrows into them, they'll probably soak up all of that fire and be okay, especially in the woods with the cover. So what we're doing here, he's going to bring his noble rider in and chase off my Scythian horse archer. That's probably my prime target. I should probably be harassing this unit a little bit more than I am. I think I had them on heavy shot at this point. No, I don't. But yeah, at this point, I'm just going to pull out. I'm waiting for the fast charge ability to pop. So when he does pop that fast charge ability, you'll see all of these units around the Swordmaster General. You'll see them all light up and go green, and they'll get a bonus to their charge speed, a bonus to their charge bonus, and I think a little bit extra speed as well. So I could see that his Swordmaster General was away from the rest of his army, so I'm going to charge him with my Noble Blood Cavalry heavy melee unit. These Swordmasters are only medium melee infantry, so I'm going to just give him a love tap and hightail it out of there. Getting a couple of kills, probably not worth it. I took maybe 11 losses in the process. So these units are probably going to be heavily damaged, and I'm going to start pouring in the fire at this point from all directions. So I'm not really giving my opponent anything to charge at, because I think this build is fairly reliant on the fact that they do have those generals' abilities. So you have to pop the fast charge and then make sure that you get them into combat as soon as possible to be effective. So yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to destroy a couple of units at a time. These Bloodsworn, very light or light melee infantry. They don't have a whole lot of armor, so any arrows that I fire at those units are just going to crumble. So we're working our magic on those units. At this point, I'm going to bring a couple of my other contingent around and pose a line here and a line here. And it looks like I'm going to charge into his Bloodsworn here. Get a few kills. So Noble Blood Cav down to 30, 21 men. Probably not being super cost effective with those units, but we are managing to chew through a lot of his units at this point. And he's taking a fair bit of damage overall. So basically hit and run tactics at this point. He is bringing his spear levy in. I'm going to keep taking shots with my mercenary Scythian horse archer. And it looks like he's withdrawing once again. So every time he turns his back, I can get some very good shots into his rear. So it looks like my Eastern Slingers at this point are going to target his Noble Rider. And we're doing a fair bit of damage there as well. Mostly HP, but... So these Suebi rush builds tend to work very well against a faction that has heavy melee infantry, or even just any infantry. So by bringing like pretty much no infantry at all, I'm kind of refusing that to my opponent. And if at some point I know that he's going to pop his general's ability and he's going to charge in, and at that point I'm just going to get all of my units and pull out, just pull away. I don't want to have to deal with that at any point. So you can see I'm just getting shots into the rear of a lot of units. His formation has kind of bugged out. He's a little bit bunched together, so any shots that I pour into this point will be very, very, very damaging to my opponent. The Suebi are actually a faction that most people don't really realize, but they do have very good missile block chance on a lot of their units. You can see they all carry, pretty much all of them carry these big old spears. So it looks like I've charged straight into his Germanic slingers. Very important that we try and get these units off the field, because we don't want to start wasting ammo on these units. So I'm going to take them out, and then it looks like I've left this unit in here for a little bit too long, and I'm going to have to pull out with a couple of losses there. He's going to chase me, but I'm getting some fairly good shots in with my slingers here. And you can see we're racking up the kills. This Eastern Slinger, whoa, 10 and 9, but it looks like they've only just started firing at this point. These Slingers, 51 kills and 15. It looks like he's left another unit out a little bit too far, and I'm going to charge him with my Cappadocian Cav at full strength and kill off a couple of Club Levy and finish off that Germanic Slinger. So that seemed like a very good actually, it looks like I took 13 losses, but a lot of these units have lost their precursors as well. So I've pulled my whole cavalry contingent over here so that I can support this Scythian Horse Archer. And it looks like he's going to send in a couple of these Scout Riders. So I'm going to have to try and get an intercept with a couple of these Noble Blood Cav at some point. So at this point I'm targeting this Club Levy, and you can see when I do focus fire, effectively we are able to bring them down fairly quickly. These light units will be a prime target for us. I suppose a lot of his units are light or medium, so it shouldn't be too hard to get kills on those units. He does have a Noble Rider incoming, so I'm just going to pull away. I'm just going to put it on forward here, because we do have like a little bit of a skirmishing engagement here or there, but it's nothing too special. So he's sending in a Scout Rider at this point, and I'm going to have to counter with a Cappadocian Cav. But he is screening with a Spear Levy there. He does have his other Noble Rider out in this flank here. So I'm just basically picking at him, finishing off units where I can. You can see I'm targeting his Swordmaster here, and we're getting quite a few kills at this point. So I'm just gonna put it back on play. So at this point, I think I'm mobilizing to take out his general, because it looks like he's kind of presenting this general's unit as a bit of a trap, but he's going to start bringing in a couple of units at this point, so I'm going to bring my Thorea Spears in and see if I can get some shots into his general's unit. He's going to send a Spear Levy in, which is kind of annoying because I'm going to have to pull back my Eastern Slingers. I get a pretty good charge in with my Cappadocian Cav, just to finish off his Club Levy. But he's going to immediately bring about his Wodenaz Spears to deal with me. It looks like we're targeting his Noble Rider at the moment. We do manage to finish off a Club Levy, and he's brought his Spear Levy in at the moment, and I'm just going to face him with my Eastern Spearmen. So this is too long. Like I really should be bringing my units out pretty much as soon as they get into battle. So I have lost another Noble Blood Cav, and I've got 33 left in this one. I do still have a full strength Cappadocian over here. 2, 3/4 strength Cappadocians, and 1 Noble Blood Cav. And both of my Royal Cavalry, Pontic Royal Cav, are still at full strength, ready to go. So I'm going to admit, I didn't realize, because we were playing a quick battle, and I completely forgot that there's a timer, a 20-minute timer for these games, not the usual 1 hour. So he's going to get a very good jab toss off there, because I'm basically just trying to aim for these horse runners and juicy clump of skirmishes there. Yeah, so I didn't realize there was a timer. Well, I did, but I completely forgot. So you can see there, he's popped fast charge. And it's at this point that I'm just going to get all my units and pull them away. and get these units and just get the hell out of there, because if he can get a hold of my units, they will absolutely crush me. So these Eastern Slingers are actually out of ammo, so I'm going to bring them up just to sacrifice them and hold down the enemy. He does get a hold of these slingers, and that's okay with me because I don't really need them anyway. They are out of ammo. He's going to catch the spearmen as well and pull them apart. So the only units that he was able to kill in this quick fast charge was 2 Eastern Slingers that were out of ammo, and possibly an Eastern Spearman. It doesn't look like he actually caught them. So I'm actually going to bring my Scythian Horse Archers that don't have any ammo into the back of these Bloodsworn. I just want to get them off the field, quick, smart. And I'm going to probably take them out at some point. They are expendable at this point, so don't really worry too much about them. We are getting some fairly good shots into the rear of this Wodenaz Spear with my Eastern Slingers. And I'm going to bring these units over to the rest of my contingent. So at this point, yeah, he does charge into my Eastern Spearman, and he's going to shoot into the back of his own Wodenaz Spear. So all in all, he's used his General's ability, which is good. I didn't have to deal with the consequences of it. And now we can start thinking about picking apart the rest of his army. That's fairly weakened. We've got most Wodenaz Spears that are down. A few men have a lot of hit point damage. A Noble Rider that's fairly weak. A lot of these skirmishers. And a Swordmaster General that's down to 96 men. So it is achievable. Absolutely achievable. I actually see that he's got a Scout Rider chasing my Scythian Horse Archer. They absolutely will catch my Scythian Horse Archer. So I'm going to take this Cappadocian Cav and intercept. I do get a good charge into these Wodenaz Spears. Now, going up against Wodenaz Spears is okay with cavalry. You just have to make sure you get in and straight out, because these units are they're light spear infantry. So any charge that you commit will do a lot of damage, and you can do a lot of impact damage just because of their weight class. But as soon as you get in, you have to get straight out, because these units have cavalry counter tactics, which brings their bonus against cavalry up to something like 60 or something. Yeah, here we go. Bonus versus mountain units, and you can see it's jumped up to 45, so that's absolutely huge. I really should be just getting this unit out as soon as possible. There we go. I'm going to do the same with this Cappadocian Cav. We did manage to catch his Germanic Scout Rider and destroy it, and he's sending a couple of these Wodenaz Spears out to try and help out, but it's a little bit too late, so I'm going to bring these units around. I'm just going to chuck my Eastern Slingers in here just to kind of catch them and break up their formation a little bit. I'm charging in with my Cappadocian Cav once again, getting quite a few kills. So this Cappadocian Cav up to 140 something kills, there we go. Almost 150. My General's doing 30 kills at this point. He's going to bring his Wodenaz Spears in here, but they're going to get absolutely pummeled frontally from a Pontic Royal Cav, and these Noble Riders are getting destroyed by my my Thraeus Spears. I think these guys, the javelins that these guys use have like a cavalry bonus versus mounted, I believe. I don't know what the bonus is, but I'll see if I can look it up after this match. So these guys have cavalry counter tactics activated, so I'm going to get my Cappadocian Cav in, get a few kills, and then pull out immediately. But it looks like we don't have to, because this unit is routing. So again, just running hammer and anvils. These Wodenaz Spears down to 14, these guys down to 25. I'm really surprised that they're lasting this long. These units are very, 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 very good for their price. So still in the fight, this one's just about to break with 10 men left. Takes long enough there. And I'm going to pull away because he's got a whole bunch of skirmishers ready to use. So at this point of the match, it looks winnable. Definitely looks winnable. Absolutely. I've got a lot of cavalry left on the field. I've got all the mobility. I've got a Thraeus Spear, I've got a Slinger with a little bit of ammo left. Got 83 kills there. Just got another XP Chevron. We're going to take some pot shots at these horse runners. And it's at this point that there's like a minute left. And I really should be taking this engagement. But again, I didn't realize it, or I did, but I totally forgot that the timer is a little bit different. So I'm going to bring my Cappadocian Cav in, destroy these horse runners. I don't really know what the deal is with these horse runners, like whether they have some kind of niche that they fill within the Suebi army. And it looks like he's just popped Pride, which gives them armor-piercing damage. So that's going to be quite useful for my opponent here. Looks like I'm bringing my Threa spears in just to throw some javelins. And I'm destroying a couple of his skirmishers there. He's only got the two main dangerous units left on the field will be his Wodeness spears around the place, and his sword masters there. But they are down to 86 men. His Wodeness spears down to 95 there. So I'm just holding him with my spears, and I'm gonna bring around the rear with a lot of my units. I'll let you see this this charge here. So these are Wodeness spears getting absolutely flattened there, and the game ends with a draw. So good game from Johann Gottlieb Fichte. He does live up to his standard. We did play a couple of games. I'm going to be bringing out some more of those in the coming days, but it doesn't really seem like the army that he brought was well suited to what I had. He did say in the chat, you know, he didn't really expect that, and yeah, I guess I just don't want to even bother with the infantry engagements against the Suebi, especially someone who's as specialized as Johann. So pretty happy with my cavalry. They did okay. Probably didn't use them so effectively. If we had more time, these Pontic Royal Cav probably would have racked up a lot of kills. Eastern Slingers doing a pretty good job. Again, they do have better armor piercing than archers, but against a faction like the Suebi with the huge shields and good block chance, it doesn't really seem to be as useful as they could be against other factions. But yeah, thanks to Johann for the game. We'll have some more coming out very soon. And this is Jujubee signing out. Peace.